I think that hoes are take a little bit of they take the pressure off a little bit. And I think for women, some women, it's not marriage didn't become marriage was the goal, but it wasn't fulfilling. And when that heat get up, it's the whole atmosphere probably changes. But the go like when you're alone, you don't have a lifeline. When you're married, women have a lifeline. They can call him when the tire busts out, blows out on the street. They can lean on somebody else's income, um, lean on somebody else being always available. But when you're alone, you don't have that. You are independent.
See,
I
this is
don't
the
know.
see, this is the crazy part I'm talking about, right? I have said nothing that was negative. It's actually very uplifting. I'm trying to find out why people don't have a positive outlook. Oh my God.
Why do
You,
you
you
see it
don't
as
want to talk
negative
shit.
if
You don't want to talk. No, like
I
it's
don't
it's
think marriage is
I
ugly. I
just
just think that the struggles of going through life with another person is not going to be pretty.
no, I'm what I'm saying is there's nothing here that I'm talking about that lends to toxicity or lends to being in trauma filled relationships or anything. But the moment you don't talk about that, it's oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's a red flag, it's a red flag. No, like everybody is not toxic. Everybody don't think that everybody is like that. And the moment you don't live in that, it's oh my God, it's a red flag. No, that's the problem with most people. That's why you don't get those goals. I'm gonna be rich one day. Okay. Yeah,
Mika is off, and then and Mika keep on speaking from her
no, I'm speaking from
expectations of what
no
people should be
everybody. I
doing.
keep noticing a lot of people speak from lack. You want something,
Listen,
but you keep
I
saying
got you,
you don't
Mika.
have it.
Mika, I don't even necessarily disagree with you. But what I'm asking you is that really a thing in real life for people? Like you
It
saying
may
what
not
what
be,
the
but if
one
they don't if they
expect
don't
and
see
how
it
they
and
feel
somebody
about
is
manifesting things in their life, I don't think that manifestation translates for a chick that is looking for settling down and getting security.
Because they're operating out of protection, being up under someone to help them not be as responsible as they could be if they were by their dang on self. It's just what it is. It's not. It's probably it's probably like in the way of you speaking on negativity because of what people intentions are coming into it.
why do
But
you
we
think
we
women
we would
have
know
to
that.
do things without a man's help? That's what they're here for. Why
No,
would
I'm
they
I'm
exist if they're not supposed to be
no
helping
no
us do
no. I'm
stuff?
not saying it like it's a negative thing. What I'm saying is the intentions on coming in. If that's all of if your intentions are, then you're coming into
every,
marriage.
But
everything.
why is that bad? If a man's intentions
If
is
that's
to have in-home sex, that's easily accessible. Have somebody have his like it's not it's known that men benefit from marriage more than women. So
Like
why
like
wouldn't
What?
I'm
I'll give
not
you
saying it's
no
a
no hold on wait
problem.
I'll give you an
I'm
example.
sorry.
Look at the expectations Molly has for men, right? Or isn't that what men are supposed to do? Or isn't that what men are supposed to do? Well, aren't women supposed to be virtuous? Aren't women supposed to be a man's helpmeet? A lot of women are not. A lot of women are not. Now, of course, according to Molly, in order for a man to acquire a woman to actually be a helpmeet, he actually have to provide. He actually has to be a man of value. Well, good thing there are plenty of men of value, but we already know what Molly. We already know what Molly. You got to be a white man who's rich, who's high class. Because with her, if you are not able to make that money, if you're not able to provide for that lifestyle, if you're not able to provide her a lifestyle, she is going to get up out of it. She's probably going to give you a couple of weeks, a couple of months to get back on your feet. If you can't get a job, or if you can't get a job that can still provide the same lifestyle that you were previously giving her, dog, it's over with. Dog, it is over with. This is the same girl who sits here and argue with men. I mean, once again, virtuous woman extends. It does pertain to relationships and being a virtuous woman for a man, but once again it travels outside of relationships as well, because you can carry that, right? Truthfully, you can carry that. Men can sense a virtuous woman. We can tell Molly you're not a virtuous woman, but yet you're expecting a man to be a traditional man. That's wild. And then to lie and say that men benefit from marriage more than women, prove it. You would just have to ask her, prove that. Because when you look at divorce, I mean, who tend to get custody? Women get majority of the custody. Women get majority of alimony. A lot of these sisters are able to freaking flourish. And then you got a bunch of sisters, men, who out here just having a bunch of kids by different men. I mean, just imagine if you married to a man and then you end up, something doesn't work out with the man, right? You end up having a child with this man. You can get child support from this man. You can get alimony from this man. You can live on Section 8. You can get food stamps. I mean, once again, there's so many things that women can get. Now, once again, I didn't watch the full live, but if I'm not mistaken, right? If I'm not mistaken, from my understanding, it seems that she is pretty much talking about it's not toxic for a man to hold in his trauma or express himself the way women want men to express themselves, right? But some women will look at a man who does not express himself, who don't cry, who don't sit here and, oh my gosh, I hate my life, They look at that as a man who is toxic masculine, right? Oh, he has too much toxic masculinity. He doesn't know how to express himself. He's not emotionally there. He's not. Once again, these are all female talking points. And to sit here and try to leave a man because he may have some trauma that he may not want to express or whatnot, or he may be going through something that he may not want to talk about. Once again, it becomes an issue, because it is then like, ma'am, what are you here for? Like, how you calling yourself to help me, but you're not here for me? Now, once again, I get it. Some people gonna say, well, if you having some issues, you might want to talk to the woman about it. I get it, right? I would say, men, definitely. I would definitely say, you definitely need to be open, right? To be open to talk to your wife, open to talk to your husband, right? You got to be open. Don't mistake that as toxic masculinity. Don't mistake that as a man who's just standoffish. Like, man, come on, bro. You got to give the man some room. Give the man some grace. If the man down on his luck, just be there for him. Be patient. But I could be off base if that is not the point. But let's continue.
Most of these women up here, like let's take the Mikas and the Kims and the Carries and Alexas and the Mollys, right? These women, for the most part, especially with their high expectations, are very much unattainable for a lot of people.
Wait,
unless they decide that they want to settle down.
How is men? How is marriage more beneficial to men?
Slimmy is on some other shit. I'm gonna let him get his shit.
It just is, statistically speaking, it benefits men.
No, don't say statistics unless you know them.
If y'all live longer married than y'all do single, it obviously benefits y'all. It benefits y'all more. Y'all get way more out of marriage than women do. So
man,
to
you
be
smoking
upset,
crack.
no. So to be upset when a woman wants
provision and
protection, it's the least y'all can do.
You smoking crack. No, we done had enough bullshit stated up here. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly.
This is
women. This
women
is lie.
do not
This is
benefit from marriage to the extent men do. And if she's with the average man who she has to go 50-50 with,
okay, cool.
What
Let's
is
just do
that
simple
benefiting
logic.
her outside of
Let's just do simple. Let's just do simple logic. We're gonna keep this very simplistic. So if a man is a sole provider,
fact check me.
If a man is a sole provider and a woman comes into that situation and she doesn't have to worry about bills anymore, case closed.
What's the case?
You're wrong.
But that doesn't mean she's not pulling her weight because she's the sole provider.
How is the man benefiting more from that?
Do you know how many?
He getting some pussy?
Do you know how
Stop.
Do you know how many men are the sole provider, but that woman is at home with a gazillion kids and she's doing the most, and all he's doing is going to work and making money?
Why as men and women, and I think this is the problem, why as men and women do we keep score? Are we keeping score?
Because men is keeping score.
Because
why do they keep score? I don't know.
Man, no, you wait, stop. No, you're not gonna derail this, Mika, because I see what you're trying to do.
No, let's say kids out of it.
No, wait, because she literally said men benefit from marriage more. Don't try to derail that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Men do not benefit more from marriage.
So
let's start. So let's go. Wait. Let's go further. Let's go even further, and let's start thinking about if a man is divorced from a woman. He benefits more from that, or are those courts set up to benefit the woman more? Let's start being real. You can't
We're
just
not
say
talking about
stuff
divorce though.
unfounded.
You moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost. This is a part of marriage. Marriage is a possibility of divorce. Who's going to benefit more from that?
Okay.
The women.
Okay, but so let me.
If you're upset
You
about
talking
that, then
about?
don't get mad that women don't want to get married and have y'all nappy-headed kids. Don't get mad
Listen,
about
I'm
it.
not upset
Don't get
about
mad.
nothing. It doesn't
Don't get
pertain to
mad why
me.
the woman
I'm
wants to
just
get
not going to let you
married.
say
What
no
does it
crazy
matter? Do you
stuff.
want us getting married or y'all don't want us
I'm
getting
not
married?
letting
Y'all want us
I'm
in
not
the
letting you say
streets
no
or y'all
crazy
don't
stuff.
want us in the
That's
streets?
I
all it
have.
is. I'm just
No,
not
I'm
going
not
to let
about to
nobody
sit here
sit
and
up
let
here.
y'all do this like it doesn't
No,
make
Molly, you
sense.
off. You
No,
off.
y'all just
You
be
off.
sexist.
What?
Whatever. It is what it is. Because women can never do no right. You're mad that we want to get married for security when biologically that's why we should be partnering with a man.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now
Naturally,
you
the
just
men who can't
contradicted
cut it,
yourself.
they just can't cut it.
You just contradicted
Nature
yourself.
would not reward y'all.
You're
But y'all know what?
contradicting
Y'all have
yourself.
modern comforts. Y'all have technologies and microphones now. Y'all could talk to each other.
This is
But no, in
insane.
real life, if it was not this comfortable, the average man would probably be dead. The population would be a lot smaller. Y'all can't cut it. Y'all don't like competing with each other. Y'all will cry. Oh, she's going to the top of the top. Then become that or shut up and you don't get no women. That's
How is
called
she going to the top if she don't
that's
pay no
it's
bills?
biology. Why she gotta
Okay.
pay a bill?
No, I'm
Why
Whoa.
she
saying,
gotta
I'm
pay?
saying,
Okay.
hold
Why you
on.
want
Okay.
a woman to be
Keep
dusty
proving my
so
point.
bad,
Wait,
Lex? You want
Like,
women
wait.
to
keep
be dusty
No,
continue.
so
no, 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 no,
bad
Keep
no.
and
moving.
pay a dusty man's bills
No,
so
Continue.
bad?
Keep proving
no,
my point.
I'm saying,
Keep proving
no,
my
no, no.
point.
I'm saying a few weeks ago when we had this conversation, we were talking about marriage and a man providing and stuff. And you said that I
Molly just proved our point that marriage would be easy for women, especially with that mindset. Why do we have to pay bills? Why is it only women are expected to not pay bills and men are expected to pay bills? So think about it. When you hop into marriage and you are listening to women like Molly, they're going to simply a man can simply tell another child, a boy, hey, listen, if you hop into marriage, understand you're going to be the one that has to take on bulk of the bills. That's what we're saying. And then Molly want to turn around and say, well, nah, men have it easier in marriage than women. Prove it. And once again, with the mindset that you have, and understand most women have the mindset that Molly has when it comes down to, especially when it comes down to these bills. You're just contradicting yourself. I mean, once again, we just went down the whole list of what men had to do with the fact that even after divorce, a man, first of all, before you even get married, a man has to sit here and show you that he can protect and provide. He has to do that before even marrying you. So we already coming in with an expectation, but yet you then have women who are like Molly who are going to sit here and tell you that, hey, well, hold on now. If you want me to be a feminine woman, you got to get me out of my masculinity first. And this is like, once again, men don't benefit from marriage the way women do. That's just a fact. Women benefit from marriage way more than men, right? And it's not a tick for tack, right, that Miss America will on trying to make. But once again, let's just be honest here. Women who have the mindset of Molly is what is wrong with society today. Now, just going on a limb here, Molly does say that, well, being that a woman has to stay home with a bunch of kids, I mean, that's already a burden in of itself. Right? Okay, yeah, that might be a burden, right? Of course, it's going to be hard to take care of some children. That's what you are built for. But once again, you're taking care of the household, right? You're taking care inside of the household, whereas a man is going outside of the work to go sacrifice himself, to go sacrifice his life, to go sacrifice his time, so he can go ahead and bring money and go bring protection back to the house, go bring things back to the house. He carries the burden of the household. She just carries the burden that's inside of the household, and that does not include bills. That does not include discipline. That does not include mechanical maintenance. If a bug needs squash, if there's a spider, snake, whatever, all of that the man has to do. You just have to take care of some kids, but yet you want to keep, like, once again, and you then going to try to have women who try to interject and say, well, why y'all trying to do a tick for tack? Once again, only women who are like Molly are going to try to do tick for tack because they feel that they are equal to men. But yet you sit here and you end up destroying your own argument by saying that, hey, well, why do I have to pay bills as a woman? Why do I have to pay bills? So you can't then turn around and say men benefit in marriage more than women when you are automatically expecting not to be paying any bills. That's just wild. But let's continue.
I said that if a man pay all the bills, then you should be responsible for your own, little outside stuff. You want to get your hair done, nails and stuff. You was like, why would I do
Why?
that? He has to pay it all, right? So what I'm asking is, what is he benefiting from that if he's doing everything for the wife?
Who's to say she's not doing something? That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Why do y'all
So
think that she's not going to punch a clock and paying bills, she's not doing
you
something?
just said
Why do y'all
no.
say, well, why,
I'm
I
going
don't
off what you
understand.
said
That's
last
what,
conversation.
but
La-
you're assuming she's not doing anything because she's not working hard like her man. Stop thinking she's not doing nothing. And if
Well,
he
that's
don't know how to make her useful, that sounds like his problem as a man.
well,
Learn how to make your woman useful for you and your lifestyle,
well, that's
or
because
complain about it.
Molly,
I don't get
we come
it.
from a
Like, I
generation,
don't get it.
we
We
come
need to
from
go
a
back to hunter
generation
gatherer days so some of these men can go ahead, get killed off.
but
And
Molly,
y'all
this,
quit
this is
demonizing women for being women.
we're not taught that.
You're not. Nobody's
We
demonizing
not
women for
taught that,
being
yeah, because
women.
they didn't
You
or
brainwash
literally, you
women.
literally
So when
said
I
men
taught the way
benefit
women
more.
should be
You
taught
said
to
men
be,
benefit more from marriage, and that's
and
Right.
it's
not true.
true.
So
It's
that's why
not.
I'm
It's a
saying we not
thousand
It's
percent
true.
false. That's
I
a
have.
1000%
I
Carrie,
can't.
false.
Carrie,
I can't say that my dad's wife would still have a mansion house right now if he
this is
was not with
intentional.
her. I can't say that because
That's what?
he. I don't
This
know.
has been
I just
intentional.
wonder, and I really want to know. I'm not coming from a argumentative place. That's really curious to me. Is that okay? So if he's doing everything as far as making sure you
It's
got a roof over your
It's
head,
his
then what?
house. He making sure he got a roof over his
I
head. What are you talking about? He's not
I'm
living
not coming
in my
from an
house under my
argumentative
roof.
place. I want to know what is the benefit of a woman being married, of the woman in a woman's role.
Ain't that his job as the man to figure that out for himself? Why are you worried
I
about
think
that?
that a lot of the benefits is based off of how you utilize her, right?
That's what Molly said, and I want to know like
So it
what does
depends
that
on the
look like
man.
exactly?
It depends on the man, right? It depends on what he is, what his needs are, what role, what responsibilities that he's putting her on. It depends on if they have kids. It depends on, his financial status. It depends on where he is in life and how old he is. It just depends. It's part of leadership, and
Mm-mm.
this is why we need strong fathers in our lives. Part of leadership is understanding the roles and responsibilities that people are supposed to play, and if they plan them correctly. And if not, you got to do an assessment, right? My biggest thing that I always do, and I've always done this with any employee or anybody that I've ever hired, is I've always taken responsibility because I've never had to really fire anybody. And my responsibility is to put them in a position to win. I need to understand who you are, what your skill set is, and how I can use you effectively. So it depends on who you are and what your situation is. If we're assessing this from just a blanket perspective and saying, well, what benefit is it? What benefit is, even if we came up with those, for example, for Quentin, it may be different. For me, it may be different. For Slimmy, it may be different depending on the role that we need a woman to serve in our life. I need a woman to take on some of these responsibilities as far as running these companies. You know what I'm saying? I can utilize women in that way. I need women to present themselves and bring me more business. I need women to be able to communicate effectively with other wives. I need women that know how to work a room. I need women that know how to play their role and responsibility as far as filling this gap that my daughter need as she continues to navigate into becoming a woman. I need, a woman to that knows how to manage certain responsibilities. I need her to be able to manage my calendar. I need her to be able to book certain things. I need her to find my security. I need her to make sure that certain contractors are taken care of when she's, when I'm running this property development company. So it depends. It depends on the man. Now, if a guy is in an earlier stage in his life, then I don't expect for him to put a woman in that same position because he doesn't have that amount of stuff going on, right? So when you say what role and responsibility or how does he make his life easier, it depends on what he needs her to do and if he is in a position to put her to make her useful.
If you're an average man and you don't have a business and you're just working,
Mm.
what does that look like? And I really want to know because I don't know.
Well, it depends. Well, okay, so I'll give you an example on that one, right? The one thing that was very important for me, and I think that for most men that are playing roles in their children's lives, is I don't need no fucking daycare raising my kid. I don't want nobody putting no values into my kid that's not in my household under no circumstances, because my kid is one of the most valuable things in my life. And so I cannot have latchkey, daycare, all of that shit raising my child. I need you to be a engaged 100% mother in her life, especially in the earliest stages of her infancy, because that's stuff that you can't get back. You'll never be able to put into her the values that you want into your kids in the earliest stages. That's the most impressionable.
Yep. I tell people all the time, I love the fact
Anton is being highly disingenuous. We already know Anton is disingenuous at times, but dog, I mean, come on, Anton. You already know, man, Molly, we get it. Certain guys are different, right? Certain guys are different. For me, for a lot of women, one of the top things, man, to keep me going, to keep me truly interested in you, is I need you to be sending me some pictures of you know, of you doing something, right? If y'all know what I mean, I need some pictures of you doing something. That's gonna keep me interested, and that's all that I want. For other guys, that might not be the case, but at the end of the day, Anton, at the end of the day, what are most men expecting? We are expecting virtuous women. We are expecting a woman to reciprocate value. Whether it's me asking for pictures, whether it's you asking your wife to constantly have food ready every day, whether it's this person constantly having, you know, his wife folding his clothes or whatever, at the end of the day, what does all that do? That is them doing something for the man, and that is reciprocating value. That is showing that, hey, here is my worth. That's all we're talking about. That's all we are talking about. But here, you know, he wants to be disingenuous and, oh, well, you know, it kind of depends on the guy. At the end of the day, you know, it doesn't go when you're talking about Proverbs and it's talking about a virtuous woman. It doesn't sit here and go in depth about, you know, what a woman, or what a man wants a woman to do. When it describes a virtuous woman, it tells you in depth what a virtuous woman is, but it doesn't give you all of these damn scenarios. It tells you directly, here's what a virtuous woman is. Now, once again, this is where you can start to put your little nuance shit in there. Oh, well, this is what a man might want. Once again, pictures. A man might want, you know, constantly have his wife having food. But at the end of the day, it all stems from a virtuous woman, and that is just making sure that you are a help me. Somebody like Molly is not a help me, because if you lose, people listen, if you make tons of money, you giving her a lifestyle, she's okay with that until you lose your job. She seems like the type that if you lose your job, she's out of there. She might give you a month or two, and if you ain't got your stuff together, she is out of there, and she's gonna jump right on this podcast and say, if you a man and you can't take care of yourself, man, you gotta do better. You gotta freaking do better. Not knowing that I believe about 20 to 30% of people right now are jobless. Like, they are struggling to find a job. It's taking them like freaking 3 to 9 months to find a job. But according to somebody like Molly, and this is how a lot of your women think, shit, we can give you a time limit. We're gonna give you a time limit, and if you can't man up, then hey, guess what? But it's like, well, man, maybe I am trying to man up. I just can't get a job right now. But see, once again, these are your gold diggers, right? These are your women, man, that you just do not want to take advice from. And it's just sad. It's just sad because I knew Molly and Anton was like this, but I ain't think they was like this. Like, God, dog. But look, guys, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.